Mm, thank you. Don't choose the shirt. The shirt chooses me. So this is great. Just added a partner day show. We were able to meet and get some business done. So any additional partners, y'all will be hearing about another partner, another advertiser. So please do not again to email me. Check the sound, see what's up with that. My sound looks like it's good on my end. On your end? Okay, we'll try it. We'll try it. Well, the microphone's not showing up. I don't know if there's much I can do about that part. So we'll just have to use the speaker audio for a little bit until we get it fixed. Sorry about that, y'all. It's nothing much I can do about that. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. Well, will this audio suffice for a bit? Well, I know it's not going in now. I think it was jacked up because my internet was a little choppy. But we'll just use this for tonight. It's not using the microphone like I like, but that's okay. I see 5. Run for the roses. So disrespectful. Okay, a little live. Okay, I'm catching up in the comment section. It's good to go. It's not great, but it should get you through. Yeah, again, glad to have another addition to the day show. Like I said, y'all hear about that coming soon. So that's why I was late. Y'all know business comes first. Kenny Payne. Did y'all get a chance to hear him? He was awesome. I enjoyed it. Actually, let us make sure we have the Kenny Payne sound. Louisville Basketball Media Day. Ooh, actually, that's exactly how we'll watch it. Did everybody get a chance to hear Kenny Payne today? Well, don't worry, because we're going to listen to him. We're going to listen to him. There's no getting around it. We are going to hear Kenny Payne. There's absolutely no getting around it. And I'm going to jump straight to it because I can't stay up all night tonight. Can y'all hear me fine now? Can y'all hear me? Okay, yeah, it looks like y'all can hear me. Boom, 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 boom. If y'all can hear me, just give me a second. I'm unplugging and plugging everything back up. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Lars getting on. I'm gonna have to get a new microphone. I know. I agree. The microphone thing is too frustrating. It's gotten to the point of frustration. But listen, thankfully with new partnerships, we might be able to make that happen. Okay, y'all. It's not gonna work like this, but cut me some slack, y'all. Cut me some slack. Settings. Hold on, y'all. Cut me some. Oh, this was. Can y'all hear me now? I don't think it was an issue on that one. Hey, if y'all can hear me, if y'all can hear me, good. We go. Actually.
All right, we'll let Coach start us out here, and then we'll take questions, okay?
Guys, really excited about tomorrow for our players, for the women's program, for Louisville Live, for the community come out. Really thankful for Jack. I think he's went public now and said he'll be a part of it. He's coming in to support us. I think it's big for everybody, and it'll be the first time that we get to show that we can bring people together. Whether that's 10,000, 5,000, I don't really care. I want us all to come together. That's important. I think our players need it, both sides, women basketball and men. I want this community to know that for us on the men's side, it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to go out and fight as hard as we can every single day. So it's really important for me to say that.
All right, we'll take questions. Just remember, if you can, turn on the microphone and then turn it off when you're done.
Kenny, you get hired in the spring, and so there's a lot of stuff to get done between now and then, but now you're into the season part of the job, and I just wonder what it's been like for you to come here every day and run practices at Louisville and just be here doing this job.
It's been both rewarding and frustrating, to be honest with you. Rewarding in the fact that I'm establishing a culture, and that culture, the reason I know it's good is because the players are on their knees. I can't make it through practice. Their eyes are saying it. This is hard. This is unbearable. That's how I know it's good. I'm changing the culture with a work ethic that's probably borderline impossible. I like that part of it. Same thing, I get frustrated. I want them to embrace it more. I want them to understand why I'm doing it. I want them to dominate a practice. After every practice, I'm asking, did the practice beat you or did you beat the practice? And so they're being challenged, and some of them are embracing it, and some of them are like, this is a lot. And you only can tell what character is through adverse situations. And that's what we're trying to do, establish who we are as players. I can't talk about another team. I can't talk about an opponent until I get players to conquer themselves. We get players to conquer themselves, then we can talk about being a unit and caring for each other, protecting each other, being a team. Then we can talk about an opponent.
What's your take on where you are now versus maybe 7 months ago when you first got here?
We have gotten better, a lot better, but we still got a long way to go.
Long way to go.
What does that mean? I can't put W's and L's on that. I can just tell you we've gotten better. We've gotten better as a unit. We've gotten better individually. We try really hard, but it's still, we need every person to get better and conquer themselves, to feel great about themselves.
You talked about work ethic, Kenny. What kind of things have you asked them to do that you think they haven't been asked to do before, or some of them balk at and so forth?
So imagine I put 2 minutes on the clock and I say you're running baseline to baseline. You got to make 20 touches in 2 minutes. As soon as you finish, we do put another 3 minutes on the clock and we say 3 players, drive, pass, shot. You make 10 in 3 minutes, you go on to the next. There are days you're doing it from a very fatigued state that you can barely stand up, less known drive the ball hard, less known hit a shooter in the shooting pocket, less known jump up and shoot the ball with confidence and hold your follow through with the correct technique. That takes time, but that's the type of things I'm asking them to do. Everything that I want them to do is from a fatigue state. I want them tired, and I want to see them execute.
Coach, what can the fans expect from an offensive and defensive philosophy standpoint? I mean, what might it look like?
Offensively, I think we have a group of guys that are long, athletic. We should be a great offensive rebounding team, which may mean we're going to miss a lot of shots. I don't know yet. But I expect to be a good post-up team. I expect, for me, passing is a component to offense that I really think is vital. Most people look at good offensive teams and they see the threes and they see the shooting. I look at it and I say, what did they do before they got the three? They
Movement, passing.
Now. The ball got in the lane. The ball was passed 3 or 4 times. Ball movement, body movement, and great passing. You get open shots that are in rhythm. You get good post-ups that are in rhythm. You get good drives and layups in rhythm. So that's my goal, is to create an offense where the ball is moving, multiple players touch the ball. It'd be easy for me to say, okay, I want 2 or 3 guys to touch the ball and the other 2 don't. But I want this to be all encompassing because I'm not just worried about today, I'm worried about long term.
Kenny, you've mentioned a few times that you want this to be a defensive-minded team. Is this something that's pertinent to
Listen
just
closely.
this group of players, the collection of players you've assembled, or is that going to be a part of your overall culture at Louisville moving forward?
I can say it to you like this. Every successful team I've ever been a part of, they won off their defense. Now, that doesn't mean they weren't great offensive teams, but we won games off of defense. So the one thing that I know is that in order to win games and win on a high level, you better be defending. And you better be defending desperately. What that means is, if I don't get this stop, the mentality is we die. That's how hard you have to play defense.
Kenny, outside of the basketball offices, obviously you have to do the speaking engagements and stuff when you're a head coach. But with the players, you've been an assistant for such a long time. How different is it in that relationship when you're one seat over?
I've had a lot of talks about it being different. I can see players are apprehensive to coming and sitting down talking to me, but I encourage that. I won't. For example, Brandon came to me yesterday and said, Coach, I need to talk to you. What can I do more? I feel like I'm at this place. What do you see? I love that. I also like talking to their parents. What is your son saying to you? What is he? And then I'll go back and say, did he tell you that we're doing a book club that we're reading? I'm making them read a chapter. Did he tell you that we're doing this? We're eating together. Whatever it may be. Watching film together on what good offense is, what good defenses are, and then listening to what their parents say, and then going back to the kid and say, why didn't you tell your mom this? Let them know what you're going through. Let them know how we're doing this. Let them know that you're enjoying it, or you wish it was more of this or that. Whatever it is, I want relationships. Relationships aren't one-sided. These players I have great relationships with, but there is a little bit of apprehension of coming to a head.
What's good?
And I'm trying to meet them halfway.
You tell me.
So I'm going to them more.
Kenny, you've talked about Ellis embracing Louisville basketball and how he's becoming your point guard. What have you seen from the other guys in case he gets injured or foul trouble? The other guards or forwards that in their ability to bring the ball up court and set the offense up.
Again, I start with Fabio. Fabio's a good basketball player. Still has a lot to learn. I think, there's going to be a transition period with any guard that's coming out of high school that's trying to hold together a group. When before in high school, you're just worried about you. I'm asking him to worry about everybody else. I'm asking him to know the 5 spots.
Well, Steve, as much as I would like to talk to you, I'm actually like in the Midnight Family,
be able to
and
play
we're
that
listening.
position.
Yeah, we're listening to
that's
Kenny
different.
Payne right now. So, like,
he's a kid.
I hope you have something more important to talk to me about.
But
than
he's
what you just
embracing it.
talked
He
to me
comes
about.
to work every day. He's fighting. Percy Miller, I'm just
Yeah, we're
asking him to
actually
be
listening
solid.
to the greatest coach
Just
of
be
all
solid
time.
for me. I'll play.
Yeah, he was
I know
awesome.
what you
He was
me
awesome.
defensively. I
Yes,
know the way your heart is. I know
it's
you work very
150
hard.
plus people in here just enjoying.
I don't care about talent.
Kenny Payne thing.
I don't care that it may look like on paper that a guy may be way more talented.
Yeah, you just screwed it all up. Yeah.
I'll take that.
All right.
Do you remember
All right,
back
later.
when you first started when you played here? Did you think at times it was unbearable and you couldn't do it? And are you doing this similar to the way Coach Crum did it, or have you come up with your own approach?
A little bit of both, but I would say my own approach. I think I didn't have the know-how. I may have been talented. I didn't have the experience that a Billy Thompson, that a Herb Crook. Those guys have been in college longer. I came in just a skinny, slow kid.
Sorry, y'all. Y'all mind if I back up a couple seconds?
Relationships aren't one-sided.
I'm
These
sorry,
players
y'all.
I have
Steve
great
was just talking.
relationships with, but there is a little bit of apprehension
I missed a
of
little
coming
bit.
to a head coach, and I'm trying to meet them halfway. So I'm going to them more.
Kenny, you've talked about Ellis embracing Louisville basketball and how he's becoming your point guard. What have you seen from the other guys in case he gets injured or foul trouble, the other guards or forwards that in their ability to bring the ball up court and set the offense up?
Again, I start with Fabio. Fabio's a good basketball player, still has a lot to learn. I think, there's going to be a transition period with any guard that's coming out of high school that's trying to hold together a group. When before in high school, you just worried about you. I'm asking him to worry about everybody else. I'm asking him
Cheers,
to know
Fabio.
the 5 spot, the 4 spot, the 3 spot, the 2 spot, know their positions, be able to play their position. And that's different. He's a kid. But he's embracing it. He comes to work every day. He's fighting. Hercy Miller, I'm just asking him to be solid. Just be solid for me. I'll play you. I know what you'll give me defensively. I know where your heart is. I know you work very hard. I don't care about talent level. I don't care that it may look like on paper that a guy may be way more talented than you. Will over skill. I'll take that.
Do you remember back when you first started when you played here? Did you think at times it was unbearable and
like
you couldn't
Fabio
do it?
can
And
play,
are
y'all.
you doing this similar to the way Coach Crum did it, or have you come up with your own approach?
A little bit of both, but I would say my own approach. I think I didn't have the know-how. I may have been talented. I didn't have the experience that a Billy Thompson, that a Herb Crook. Those guys have been in college longer. I came in just a skinny, slow kid that just, like, what do you mean we got to throw the offense, got to pass the ball 6 times? What do you mean I got to cut here? Like, you throw me the ball and let me shoot it. I had to learn team basketball. They already knew it. So to answer your question, for these guys, I want the young guys to embrace what it is to be a part of a team. But they can't be a part of a team or embrace it until they conquer themselves, till they feel good about themselves. If you're insecure as a player, you're not worrying about what the other guys are doing. You're only concerned, I missed that shot. I want you to get past that.
Insecure.
I want you to be secure and knowing that you worked hard every morning.
Y'all, this is
every
real
practice,
game right here.
Every night you got in this gym, you shot the ball, you watch film with the coaches, that you understand
Every
what you're
night.
doing so that you feel good about your development. At that point, you'll care about the team. If you're insecure or not comfortable with where you are as a player with yourself, you'll never be comfortable with 4 others or 5 others or 10 others.
Kenny, you have a red-white scrimmage and 2 exhibitions. What do you want to see out of those games? Kind of how will you use those games as far as to prepare for the season? Will everybody play a lot of minutes, or will you try to narrow it down to a starting 5 kind of thing?
So for me, when I think about what's coming up ahead the next few weeks, like you're talking about, the exhibition games, it'll be one of the first few times we get to truly evaluate. It's an evaluation time. So I want everybody to play. I want to see who everybody is when the lights are on, when fans are in the seats, who's going to be nervous, whose hands are going to be shaking, and who's going to embrace it, who's going to get a rush, who's going to be fighting within a team concept.
Who's going to be fighting? Who's going to be nervous?
Yeah.
Evaluation.
Sorry, I got the screen black. I'm naked.
That's fine.
I'm kidding. I'm not naked. I'm in the truck.
That's fine too.
Okay, listen, I'm going to tell the Midnight family this. I don't want anybody else to know, and then we'll get into talking about Kenny Payne. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're just fine.
Okay, here's the problem. All week, Blankenbaker been telling me my flight was going to get canceled tonight with the Legion, right?
Right.
And I've been like, nah, man, because, like we ain't really beefing with Blankenbaker, but, look, he ain't exactly been on my we ain't exactly been seeing eye to eye on the basketball thing,
Right.
My flight got canceled while I was at the airport. And
So he was like so right ahead of time that you don't want to admit how right he was.
No, so it got rescheduled for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Now here's the thing: I need everybody in this chat to before I even go on any further.
What happens in the midnight stays in the midnight, Steve.
Let's just make a pact that.
And if I turn on Twitter and find out that somebody been snitching to Blake and Baker trying to start a beef, because I've been noticing that. Like, there's some people that's trying to drag me into some beef like every other second. And if I see you intentionally trying to start drama, I'm having a problem with that. So you're saying right now tonight, if we catch you snitching to Blake and Baker, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Like I feel like that this is a good family. I feel comfortable. I feel like it's a safe space. You know, like a circle of trust where I can really come in and say what I want. So yeah. Anyways, with that being said, man, y'all listening to KP?
What you think about KP tonight or earlier today?
How good was he, man? Every time he talks, which, let me be clear, I don't think he needs to talk more. I think it's special when he does speak. So I don't mind that.
Right.
But, man, I thought, again, today was one of the first times, man, you start to learn. We're learning every time. Every time we're learning,
Let me ask you this, Steve, in front of everybody. And this is something I would never usually ask in front of other people, but I'll ask you and just tell me what you think.
Hey, also really quick, man. Man, I'm hungry as shit. Just so we're clear.
Listen.
Okay.
Let me ask you this in front of everybody, like I would ask you when nobody's around.
Okay.
I'd say, Steve, are they going to, like, you know how Kenny Payne speaks almost like preaching, and he's giving good messages? Is that gonna spoil everybody too early to where they stop listening to the message? Like you understand? Think about it. The last 3 times he's been in front of a camera, he's dropped some really big time, big picture jewels. It's gonna irritate the piss out of me if people start going, yeah, he's preaching again. I'm like, shut the fuck up. He's teaching. He's actually teaching people who don't know anything about what basketball is behind the scenes. He's teaching regular people good stuff. And it's going to irritate me when people start rolling their eyes because the shit is too deep or too deep too often for the masses. Now, I hope this is not the case, but do you feel like it's going to turn into a he's preaching again thing?
I think from a certain crowd, yes, I do, but I don't think it's a crowd that matters when it comes to Louisville. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to Louisville fans, I think that there is a portion of media that's going to point that out. It's going to be like, man, Kenny Payne just always got something to say. He's always got, and it's like
he's always preaching.
Yeah. Whereas Louisville fans, it's funny because I saw, I didn't even hear it, so I don't want to do a disservice, but I saw a show today and I just saw a thing. It was like Kenny Payne says something again, and I think they were focusing on Kenny Payne kind of downplaying the season. Whereas when you talk to Louisville fan took out of today JJ Traynor. Louisville fan took out Brandon Huntley Hatfield. They took out Jalen Withers. They took out you know what I'm saying? They took out Kenny Payne telling a story about how Jalen.
Did you hear Brandon come in there and say, "Hey, coach, how can I? What more do you need out of me?" Did you hear that part?
Yes. Yeah. And Kenny Payne loved it. And you heard JJ Traynor making conditioning and Coach Payne pulling everybody together and saying, "Look, I know there's been times JJ Traynor's hated me."
No. if I turned my back on him, he'd hit me with a hammer, Steve.
He'd hit me in the back of the head with a hammer, but he made it. Like, that's perfect, man.
That's perfect. Yeah, because he's like, I've been there before, JJ. I wanted to hit somebody with a hammer too. I know exactly how you feel about me right now. But that's
Right.
what Reese, that's the stuff Reese was breaking down. Like when Reese said, I looked at him and basically saw a moment where he didn't know if he even wanted to play basketball anymore.
Yeah.
And say he went from that to I'm dominating practice today.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And that's the type of stuff that I think fans took away from today. You know, whether it was, and hey, I gave you credit privately, but I'll give you credit on here again, man. Like that Reese interview was just incredible. And you asked some great questions. I know I've got a lot of good feedback on that, man.
And I'll tell you again in front of everybody, Reese interviews are always so awkward because I can't stop Reese from talking openly to me. You know what I'm saying? And look, like I said, Reese seen me cry before, so he knows me. He's going to talk openly, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want him to alienate himself from the coaching staff or anything. So,
absolutely.
And so basically I can't hear Reese's answers. So somebody else has to tell me if it's a good interview or not. It's hard for me to hear Reese through the radio because, you know, like I said, I hear him different.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I think when you couple all that today, man, Louisville fans, and like, you know what else we heard? And again, this is just part of the learning thing. Like when Coach Pitino was here, Coach Pitino would be like, yeah, this guy ain't going to play. that was his motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, if this guy does this, he ain't going to play. Or, you know, he'd be like, well, you know, this guy's getting it, whatever. Like, we're learning KP's motivation. Like today,
right.
Did you hear him say, it might have been JJ, when he was like, man, I want to tell y'all, he's like, I'm proud of JJ. Like, I'm really proud of JJ. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, personally.
That was a coaching thing that I think we're learning. You're going to hear Kenny Payne more like a father type, like whereas Coach Pitino, it felt more like the Nick Saban a little bit, which I'm okay with because you win big. And I understand when Nick Saban says, listen, I bring guys in here and they understand. Look, I have their best interest at heart because it's my best interest to have their best interest. You know what I mean? Like there's a little more of that. Whereas Kenny Payne, I think you're starting to learn that, like, when you see him get up there and he's talking about, man, I'm proud of this guy, man. Like, that's something like a dad says. You know what I mean? Like, when I get off the phone with my son Elijah, like, I'm always like, hey, I love you. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? Like, that's a dad thing. So, little things like that, man, is what I took away from today. Like just the picking from, like, okay, this is what it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. I thought it was good, man. I thought he was really good.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, are you looking at the screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want you to answer this question that normally it would just be me and you talking. I want you to answer this question to the Midnight family, and then you can go back to enjoying your trip to Florida because you're on a plane right now. Okay.
Yes, I'm landing in Orlando.
You're on a plane. Your flight did not get canceled.
Did not.
Midnight family. Steve is traveling on the plane now. I just want to get your reaction, your true, raw reaction, okay?
Okay.
You stare at the screen right now, okay?
All right, I'm looking at it.
Come on, Steve. I'm listening. I'm listening.
He's such a douche, isn't he? like no other word to explain him.
And tell me that's not real. Did he take that picture with his own cell phone, Steve?
Oh my God, dude.
Did he take that picture of himself with his own phone?
That's not Drake. That's Aubrey.
Drake hangs out with Jack Harlow. Aubrey hangs out by himself with Kentucky.
Yes. That's Aubrey right there. That's Russell Wilson S. Like,
I can't believe. Listen, I literally can't believe there's something about that picture that he said. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this.
I'm gonna put. What was the caption?
Champagne Poppy.
Oh,
no, there was a caption. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like I'm down with my boys, you know, or something like that.
I'll never forgive him for ruining that Knife Talk song. I'll never forgive him.
I heard Poppy outside, and he said it's real droppy outside, and it's getting real hoppy outside.
Like, you read the lyrics to that song, and you're like, what doesn't fit here?
Yeah, think about it. Think about it. Think about this, Steve. 21 came in and said, I'm Mr. Body Catcher, Slaughter Gang Soul Snatcher. This ain't no regular F-150. This a fucking raptor. Street, not a rapper. And he said, I heard Poppy outside.
Oh my God. I mean, we're talking about what we're talking about, dude. Listen, he's out here like, you know, till his brains hang, till the pants hang, and his mama saying, like, I mean, you're like, God, that's serious.
Yeah. He 21 meant what he was saying.
Like, I mean, and the video is amazing.
I do enjoy the video.
And like, he's just standing there looking into that camera, and you're like, oh my God, this is a murderous human being right here. And then Drake, it's just like, I'll never forgive you for this, man. I'll never forgive you for this.
Aubrey, Steve. Aubrey.
Yeah, it's just so disappointing, man.
Okay. Any shout outs? Like I said, I'm gonna get you out of here. Look, I know you're on your flight. I know your flight's probably gonna be landing soon.
Yeah. They're all looking at me weird, wondering what I'm doing. So yeah, I better hop off here. No, man. Just dude, it's good. It's good vibes, man. It's good vibes.
We in good hands with Kenny.
We are, man. It's been a good day. It's gonna be an even better weekend. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to get through here and get rolling. And I'm glad to see all us Louisville fans, man, kind of having something to rally around again. So it's fun.
Okay, I'm gonna kick it with Percy and Jack, and I'll tell you about all the conversations behind the scenes and
don't patronize. Just
what do you mean?
Just enjoy your night and call me and tell me what happened.
No, I mean, actually, I'm not gonna tell you what we talked about, like personally. Yeah. But if they just happen to pop up in the studio, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, somebody let Percy in."
Now that pissed me off.
Hey, Jack, what up, yo? Come on, come on in, yeah. Surprise guest, Jack Harlow coming to the studio.
Oh yeah. Look, all the microphones work and stuff. All of a sudden, like everything's fine. Like make me look like the jackass. Like, oh okay.
Yeah. Steve, go sit on the corner. Jack, you on mic 1. Percy, you on mic 2.
Yeah. Hope you get Jack Grossman all week, not Jack Harlow.
All right, so get out of here, Steve.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, later. Oh, did y'all enjoy it? Listen, did y'all enjoy listening to Steve Rummage dropping the behind the scenes conversation? Listen, let's finish this. Y'all. Shout out to Steve for jumping in with us, going through life.
So this will give me that opportunity.
Kenny, what was the process? What were the conversations like with Zan about the decision to come here, and what's it been like so far coaching your son?
Not a lot of conversations, more conversations with his mother. But I can say this. Zan texted me about a week ago and he said, "Dad, thank you. Thank you for riding me and pushing me to be better. I feel myself getting better. My confidence is growing. I feel like if I can get in a little better shape, I can help you win." Great for me. Great for me. Now I get to go home in peace. But my son has been around winning basketball, and I'm proud of that. He has a dynamic that most kids don't have, and it can help us. It can help this team. Will it be easy? Am I going to hand him anything? Absolutely not. He going to have to earn everything he gets. So that's it.
Kenny, what have you seen from JJ from when you got here until now? And he's shown some flashes the last couple of years, but kind of struggled with consistency. What have you seen?
I saw a kid whose confidence was wavering in the beginning. We addressed it.
Mr. Whitley.
I saw a kid that was searching to find out who he is. I saw a kid that was maybe nervous about opening up and saying, "Look at me at who I am and tell me who I am or what I am or what type player I am." Now I see a guy that's growing. I see a guy, and about a week ago I said to the team, he made his conditioning times. And
listen closely, y'all.
I said, "Did JJ make it?" I know he made it. He was so proud to say, "Coach, I made it." So I brought the team together and I said, "Guys, let me explain this to you. If I turn my back on JJ Traynor right now, he liable to hit me in the back of the head with a hammer." I understand it. He absolutely hates the way that I'm pushing him. It is not a choice for him. I'm not going to allow it to be a choice. But what he doesn't know, when I took this job,
hi Tina, I miss you.
People had of him, I already knew who he was. And my job was to bring that.
What have you seen?
I want to hear that again. But first, cheers, cheers, cheers. Tina and Gary Crump. Let's get a good one in here. Cheers. Tina, I'll see you soon. Buffalo Wild Wings, Middletown, people. It has moved into first place of all the BW3s. Buffalo Wild Wings, Middletown. Gary Crump, cheers, good sir. Hold on, let's get a good one in here. Where we at? Oh, let's get a good cheers in. Cheers.
I saw a kid whose confidence was wavering in the beginning. We addressed it. I saw a kid that was searching to find out who he is. I saw a kid that was maybe nervous about opening up and saying, "Look at me at who I am and tell me who I am or what I am or what type player I am." Now I see a guy that's growing. I see a guy, and about a week ago I said to the team, he made his conditioning times. And I said, "Did JJ make it?" I know he made it. He was so proud to say, "Coach, I made it." So I brought the team together and I said, "Guys, let me explain this to you. If I turn my back on JJ Traynor right now, he liable to hit me in the back of the head with a hammer." I understand it. He absolutely hates the way that I'm pushing him. It is not a choice for him. I'm not going to allow it to be a choice. But what he doesn't know, when I took this job, the perception that people had of him, I already knew who he was. And my job was to bring that piece that I knew out. And I'm going to do that. And the fact, and I said this to the group, I'm nervous about giving him praise because he may go back in that turtle shell. And if he does, I'm going to feel like I'm running in the Kentucky Derby, and I'm going to take that strap and I'm going to keep going. But I'm proud of JJ. There's so much more inside of him that he has. I need him to conquer himself. to really embrace who he is, what he can be, and fight to be that player.
Kenny,
Season's coming up and it's his first season as the head coach. Just is there any excitement, or what is the level of excitement knowing that in training the guy you're working towards the actual game and playing another game?
Excitement a little bit. I want to make everybody happy. Everybody. I want you guys to be happy with this program. I want this community, this university to be happy. That is an obligation that I feel for this place, for these players, for this community. The reality of it is, I don't know where I'm proud of JJ.
That JJ Trainer conversation is very important. Y'all should take that with you. Michael Singleton, everybody, take a second, raise your glass, give a quick cheers. Michael Singleton, let's have a little toast. Cocktails, cigars, beer, whatever you do. Good one.
Jay, there's so much more inside of him that he has. I need him to conquer himself, to really embrace who he is, what he can be, and fight to be that player.
Kenny,
Both as an assistant coach and as a player. Season's coming up and it's his first season as the head coach. Just is there any excitement, or what is the level of excitement knowing that in training the guy you're working towards the actual game and playing another game?
Excitement a little bit. I want to make everybody happy. Everybody. I want you guys to be happy with this program. I want this community, this university to be happy. That is an obligation that I feel for this place, for these players, for this community. The reality of it is, I don't know where we're going to be. I really don't. Again, I'll say this. You can't conquer an opponent if you can't conquer yourself. I'm doing everything in my power to get them to conquer themselves. It may be January, February before I really know how good or bad we'll be. So I have to make a decision. Do I abandon doing hard stuff to just pacify them, to get them to that point? Or do every single day until they get it, I stay hard, I stay pushing, I stay grinding. Again, I'm going to say this. I'm trying to establish a culture. It may not be for everybody, but those that it's for, if you love this game and you have a passion to be great and you want to play for a coach that's going to give you freedom to be great with no stipulations, just play for the team, play for the shirt on your back, the name on your back, play for the name on the front, play for your family, play for this university. How about this? I brought a lady to practice the other day, and I had her talk to the team. She's an author. And her passion for this university, for this basketball team, jumped off. Her words, how powerful she spoke to those guys. They need to know it's bigger than them. And that's why I'm saying conquer yourself so you can really see what Louisville basketball truly is. You'll never know it if you're stuck in, I got to make it for me. It's bigger than you. So,
could you tell us who was the person who visited and spoke to the team? What was her name?
I can't give you that information. She may get mad.
That's funny.
And get mad at me.
And you mentioned that you're doing a book club. I'm just curious, what books have you guys been reading?
We're still on the first book. I'm not going to tell you the name of that book.
I'm not telling you that either.
I got to keep that a secret. Keep guessing. You can guess, though.
Kenny, you talked about JJ Trainer, but in almost the same vein, did you kind of have to build Jalen Withers back up? Because at times he seems like he's got this ability, but sometimes something's holding him back as well.
No question about it. A couple of NBA people have been in here, and they saw Jalen play as a freshman.
Fact.
And to hear their words like,
hey, y'all, listen,
we
listen,
loved him as a
listen to this closely.
he can be. I'm saying, you coach that's going to give you free.
Hey, listen to this closely. Because when we talk about our expectations and how this guy could be good, and people hot take radio tries to make fun of what we say, listen to a fucking expert tell you what NBA teams are saying. This is a fucking expert, an honest expert telling you. I want y'all to listen to this really, really closely. Every Louisville fan, listen to this shit closely. Pardon my language.
Freedom to be great with no stipulations.
Sorry, I went back
Just
a little
play
too far.
for the team, play for the shirt on your back, the name on your back, play for the name on the front, play for your family, play for this university. How about this? I brought a lady to practice the other day, and I had her talk to the team. She's an author. And her passion for this university, for this basketball team, jumped off. Her words, how powerful she spoke to those guys. They need to know it's bigger than them. And that's why I'm saying conquer yourself so you can really see what Louisville basketball truly is. You'll never know it if you're stuck in, I got to make it for me. It's bigger than you. So,
could you tell us who was the person who visited and spoke to the team? What was her name?
I can't give you that information. She may get mad.
And
get mad at me.
and you mentioned that you're doing a book club. I'm just curious, what books have you guys been reading?
We're still on the first book. I'm not going to tell you the name of that book. I got to keep that a secret. Keep guessing. You can guess, though.
Kenny, you talked about JJ Traynor, but in almost the same vein, did you kind of have to build Jalen Withers back up? Because at times he seems like he's got this ability, but sometimes something's holding him back as well.
No question about it. A couple of NBA people have been in here, and they saw Jalen play as a freshman. And to hear their words like, Kenny, like, we loved him as a freshman. Like, we think he can be special. Like, we need him. We need to see this out of him. We need to see him be confident in who he is and know that he has these dynamics to his game, that he's long, he's athletic, he can be a great defender, he can rebound above the rim, he can score, he can be a finisher, he can pass. He's talented. He's really talented. But at times, he second guesses. When adversity hits, he backs up sometimes. He gets frustrated with
That's a good answer, man.
Well, I'm saying to him every day, what if you're our leader and you miss a shot and you throw the ball against the wall or you kick a ball out of bounds? You're our leader. What if you hang your head? You are our leader. We're following you.
Y'all
So
listening?
when your head goes
He
down,
sees all this
everybody
shit
else
in
head
basketball.
goes down. We're expecting you to lead us. You have to lead us the right way. You have to know that you're going to have adversity in this game. There's not one player ever that have played this game and just had all success. Everybody has bumped their head, failed, got up, dusted themselves off, went back in there and succeeded. They may have failed again. You have to know that about yourself.
He's giving y'all a lot of
Embrace that.
game, a lot of details,
Embrace
man.
the process of what it takes to be great.
He's giving
He
y'all a
does
lot
that,
of game.
We're going to be pretty good.
Kenny, you mentioned that leadership.
Christ.
I know you just recently announced the captains on this team. How collectively have you seen those guys embrace that role?
It's been great. Sid is trying to figure it out. He's fighting the conditioning, just to be honest with you.
He's fighting.
But I know he wants to do it, and it's hard. Jalen has been fine. He's been more vocal than people that have came here in the past and watched us practice. They've never seen him talk as much as he's talking now. Orchestrating guys, telling them where to be, even when he's on the sideline, talking to the different players.
Screenshot this.
They've
y'all
all
got 10
embraced the
seconds.
leadership part, but leadership is more than just using your voice. So I'm telling Sid, you're a leader. You can't come in last in the running and you're a leader. You have to fight. Even if you come next to last, that's better than last. So, and then when you do, give your all. Don't give 80%. because giving 80%, the other guys see it. Be a leader by example as well.
Kenny, you go ahead.
The media poll came out from the ACC. You guys are picked 11th. Not a lot of recognition from any of the players. Not many expectations. Do you like that?
Yes,
I
I
said
do.
Justin. Lauren.
Yes, I do. I want this team to earn everything they get. I want this team to prove to people that they're willing to fight and that nobody else controls their destiny. It's better when it's the way it is now. I don't even know where we were picked, 11th, whatever. So that's great. I wish they picked us 12th. How many teams are in it? Picked us 16. Pick us 16. Like, I want my players to understand what that means and go fight to prove that they belong in the upper echelon. Now, they have to want that. It doesn't matter that I want it. They have to want it, and they have to come together and fight for it together.
You said Brandon asked you what you've seen. What have you seen out of Brandon? What is he giving you? What can he give you?
More confident than I've ever seen him. Really like studying and trying to understand what we want from him. And basically what I'm asking him to do is at 6'9", 6'10", whatever he is, 245, 250, be a bear around that basket. Be a bear. You're skilled. Don't let that be the main thing you try to rely on, your skill. Rely on your toughness, your fight, your will to be great. Impose your will on people. Impose your will on winning. I do a drill where the guards are turning the offensive player full court to an offense that we're running at the other end. I'm bringing him up, making him guard a point guard. Have defensive confidence. Fight for it. If I can get you to buy into that and you have confidence in that, I can switch all over the floor. That's what I really want to do. So I need you to buy into it. And he's embracing it. I'm very happy with Brandon. And as I say, I'm happy with him. He has another percentage.
Long way to go.
Like 30 or 40% more. He could be a great player. He has all the attributes.
Maybe one more question.
Kenny, you mentioned Louisville Live being the first opportunity for people to see. It's also you use as a huge recruiting thing. How big are things like that as far as recruiting, and then kind of what it is the perception out there? Do you feel as you recruit of you in this program right now?
That's just a rumor. If you live in Louisville, you better get your tickets.
A buzz. People are recognizing that, this program in the next couple of years could be special. I think
and
kids
extra.
are recognizing it. I think families are recognizing it nationally. We're recruiting kids from all over the country.
All over
I
the
want
nation, the
this
world.
program to be a program that's different. I want it to be about character. I want it to be about work ethic. I'm a little afraid of the hype.
Do you have a problem with that?
I want substance.
Raymond, do you have a problem with
every
with the
program
level of
we
his
need
speeches?
the hype. We need the attention. We need the notoriety of having something that's special about us. We need Jack Harlow to be there. But also, we need to know that that's not the main thing. The main thing is substance. How are we building this program? How are we changing this culture?
Jared,
We're
what's
changing
good?
it with high character
You'll
kids
send me
that
back
are
to the
really
kitchen.
talented, with high character men coaching them that are giving their hearts
Pause.
to them so that they're successful in whatever they want to guard.
Let's back it up a couple
Have
seconds.
defensive.
Back it up a couple seconds. Let's get one in here, Jared.
Confidence. Fight for it. If I can get you to buy into that and you have confidence in that, I can switch all over the floor. That's what I really want to do. So
That's
I
what he
need you
said.
to buy into it.
I can switch
He's
all over the
embracing it.
floor.
I'm very happy with Brandon. And as I say, I'm happy with him. He has another percentage of like 30 or 40% more.
Long way to go.
He could be a great player.
Another 30,
He has
40.
all that.
That means he knows he can get a lot out of
Can-
Brandon.
Kenny, you mentioned Louisville Live being the first opportunity for people to see. It's also you use as a huge recruiting thing. How big are things like that as far as recruiting, and then kind of what it is the perception out there? Do you feel as you recruit of you in this program right now?
I think there's a buzz. People are recognizing that, this program in the next couple of years could be special. I think kids are recognizing it. I think families are recognizing it nationally. We're recruiting kids from all over the country. I want this program to be a program that's different. I want it to be about character. I want it to be about work ethic. I'm a little afraid of the hype of a Louisville Live. I want substance. But every program, we need the hype. We need the attention. We need the notoriety of having something that's special about us. We need Jack Harlow to be there. But also, we need to know that that's not the main thing. The main thing is substance. How are we building this program? How are we changing this culture? We're changing it with high character kids that are really talented. With high character coaching
that are talented,
that are giving their hearts to them,
which means they
so
can
they're successful
be
in
great.
whatever they want to do in life. They want to be NBA players, go be the best. You want to be a doctor, go be the best. We're supporting you in all of that. So I'm happy about that part of it.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
I can't do anything better. I can't do anything better for y'all. Steve Rummage made an appearance. Kenny Payne broke everything down. Go back and watch it. If you're really starving for more, go back and listen to Reese Gaines tell some stories about Kenny Payne. Reese Gaines came in there today into the show. I can't give y'all a better night show than what y'all got tonight. Tomorrow, Louisville Live. Get your tickets. Go there. You want to be a part of the first wave. Or you can just be jealous of, you can either go to Louisville Live or you can do this. Louisville Live or this.